Good afternoon, everybody. I'm staring at this video. I look like I'm in like a prison cell. I'm in my son's room, and he has gray walls, and he's sleeping in my bedroom, and my kids and my husband are in my usual video spot. So I took over my son's room. Um, so my background's a little different than it usually is. I wanted to get on and talk about this 3 and 3 challenge that we posted yesterday morning. So, um, just so you know, we've challenged all of you. And when I say we, it's Jody, Molly, and I have challenged all of you to do this 3 and 3 challenge. But we are also being challenged from our uplines and from those at home office who support all the directors have also technically challenged us as of today as well. So we are doing this right along with you, and for good reason. So the most exciting part during our year is Small Besides Conference and incentives, but it's always fun to get that new catalog. And I, as well as many of my customers, love getting our hands on the new catalog, touching it, circling things, all those fun things of when you get to see new stuff. So really exciting time for us because we get to see all the fall products. And I know it still feels like it's summer outside, and why are we talking about fall? But that's retail for you. They're setting back to school and Targets right now. So we are now bypassing summer and going into the stuff coming down the road. So this 3 and 3 challenge is all about setting us up for success going into the new catalog. And it's going to take some work, but that's part of running your business. So I wanted to give you some ideas. Hi, Tanya, and how Kirsten. I wanted to give you some ideas on what to do and how to book those parties right now. So one of the best things, I think, not even the best thing. So all of you should at least be posting and commenting that you have one hostess, because that's you. One of the best things to do when you get a new catalog is do your own launch party. Your own launch party to launch the new catalog. What's in it? Highlight some products. So everybody should be commenting your name, and then when you plan to do it. The challenge is 3 parties in the first 3 weeks after conference. So conference ends the week of the 23rd. I'll be back the 24th. So I think our last day is the 23rd. And I think there's a week after that. So the challenge is, to party right after conference. And I'm I will be extremely surprised, but I'm pretty sure they're going to open up the new catalog the last week in July, right after conference, prior to actually like the August 1st typical launch date. So my guess is, again, without knowing, that the catalog will open right after conference. So let's say the 24th through the 31st is the last week of July. You should be hosting your own launch party. You should be hosting all the excitement of a last chance, first glance party. Here's your last chance to get the supply products from the summer catalog, and here's what the fall looks like. So you should be your first hostess. Secondly, all of us had a great outlet sale. So, and I mentioned this before in another video, follow up. It's a chore. I have to do it myself, and it's a big list of, people that I have to contact, but the fortune is in the follow-up. So, and it's so true. So true. So I, for example, will be taking all of my outlet orders, or all the customers that ordered, and some of them, honestly, I don't even know who they are. They were either came through from other people that knew that I was the sale, or people I haven't seen in forever, haven't talked to in forever. So it's a great time to reconnect. Hi, Carol. I'm going to message them. I hate picking up the phone. It's not my thing. So I will message all of them and make sure that either, thank you for their order if I hadn't done that yet. And if it's shipped, I'll make sure that they got it and did what they got, what they hoped. Did they like everything? And then from there, move it into a conversation of, hey, the fall catalog is coming out. My calendar is going to book really fast because it's the holiday season and it's when we do most of our sales and most of our partying. I want to get you on my calendar. Are you interested in hosting a party? So, don't spit all of that out in one message. Break it up and make it an actual conversation. Thank them for their order. Did they get everything did they like everything? Make sure that it actually shipped and they have it in hand first. Get that response and then have the follow-up conversation. So don't make it a huge message and spit everything out at once because that's overwhelming, but make it personal. So it's two ways. You're a hostess and your outlet sales, follow up and get some hostesses that way. The other thing you can do is go look at past customers. So some of you have just joined. So this doesn't really work so much for you because you don't have that contact list necessarily built up in your back office. But for those that do, go back and look at your fall hostesses that hosted in the fall and winter. Call them up again. Typically, those who host in a particular season consistently host in that same season. So those are definitely your next batch of people to contact and see if they would like to host a party in fall. Again, your calendar is going to fill up fast. It's, our best season for partying. I want to make sure that we get you on my calendar. Would you like to host a party? The third is, and I know I have some of these as someone who's been doing this for 3 years, I have hostesses that hosted when I first started and haven't hosted since. Hi, Shannon. So huge opportunity. Hopefully they haven't hosted because they didn't like me or they didn't have a bad party, but we'll find out. I don't think that's the case because I think they've still been shopping from me, but they haven't hosted a party. So that's my next batch of people who maybe have not hosted a party in the last year. They didn't host a party this past summer and they didn't host one last fall. So maybe the last time they hosted a party was last summer or before that. So there are another list of people. And then lastly is, well, not even lastly, because I have one other thing. Another list that you can do is really just everybody in your back office. So you can export your customer list. And if you don't know how, hi, Jennifer, maybe I'll get on here because I have Screen-O-Matic now, so I can actually show you guys my screen and videotape it so you can see it. So I will try and figure out how to do that because I haven't done it before and show you how to export your contact list from your back office. But go one by one. Go one by one. Again, if you have their number, message them. If it's an email address, email them one by one. And same thing, fall catalog's coming out. I'd love to get you on my calendar. Always end it with a question. So always end it with, and maybe it's you have some, go through the 3 weeks this challenge is for and pick out a couple of dates that you can party and that you can fit into your own schedule and your own family life because family comes first. And maybe, when you send them that message, say, hey, I have openings on these 3 dates. Which one would you like? Don't give them a question. Give them something to answer to. But even better, give them a date that they can just say yes or no to. And they could come back and say, none of those dates work for me. Fine, perfect. What would? And so kind of it opens up that conversation. Or they say, oh, this date will work perfect, and that's all you need. Lastly, and this is mostly for those who don't really have a long list of people to contact, and that is to use and create a frank list. So if you haven't done this in a while or you've never done it, do it. I do this periodically and I'm always amazed at how many people I can get on the list because it just starts spiraling and gets me thinking of other people. And it's not a list of people that I talk to daily. It's just people that I encounter. And so the frank list, if you don't know, is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and your kids' friends, parents, acquaintances, those that, coaches that your kids associate with. So that's your frank list. So start writing those people down. I honestly am totally for getting it out of your head and on a piece of paper, because you will be amazed at things that are swimming in your head. And when you get them on paper, that list actually becomes pretty substantial. So contact all of those people. And, it may be that you haven't really necessarily talked to them in a while. Build the relationship. Don't just message them or Facebook message or anything like that and just say, hey, you want to book a party? Figure out what they're into. Go on Facebook, look at their profile, comment on something so they see your name pop up again, like something. Start to build that relationship. So you have to kind of figure out the best way to reach out to those on your frank list if they are just acquaintances and they're not your close friends and family. But you can build on that. It will take some time, but start doing that now, because come winter, when we have probably a holiday catalog and it's right in time for Christmas, that's when you can probably have built some of those relationships and can ask them at that point if they want to book a party. So, recap. 3 and 3 challenge. We're all doing it. You are to book 3 parties in the first 3 weeks after conference. So that's the last week in July and then the first 2 weeks of August. Now, I'm also going to tell you, maybe you don't have time to do that many parties, and maybe 1 party a week is just not something that you can do. That's okay. To be honest with you, I'm looking for you to get 3 parties on the books. That's what I'm looking for. Whether it's the last week in July and then August and September, you're not going to know the specials, but just book 3 parties within the first month or so. So again, you should be your number 1 hostess the last week in July. Go ahead and book yourself in. Write yourself down in the comments for that being your first party. Second, your Outlook sales, follow up with all your customers that ordered, and see if they want to host. Then go back to your previously fall hostesses from last year, and find out, hi Jody, if any of them would like to host again. And then those that have not hosted in over a year, so who are your last summers or before hostesses that you could reach out to, go through your customer list, go through one by one and contact all of them, and then make your frank list and contact those people as well. I'm excited. This is going to launch our fall business. We all want good paychecks. I know I got some shopping to do for the Christmas holiday. I have a trip in September to the Bahamas that 31 is paying for, but I need some spending money. I have a car that's broken at the moment that needs to be fixed. Gymnastics is about to get really expensive because Brooke is going to start competing. So there's so many things that I can use my paycheck for right now. So that's what this is all about. And then when we do it together, we are just that much more successful. So let's cheer each other on. If you can book more than 3, get it. That just is going to help you tremendously as we open up this new catalog. So sorry, this is kind of a long message, but I wanted to give you some ideas, and good luck. And if you need help with wording, reach out. Sometimes just having the right words is all you need. So let's do this together and let's have an awesome start to our fall. I'll talk to you guys later.